Hey everybody, it's your favorite real estate broker, Mark Lima with the Lima Real Estate Group. Have you ever found yourself hungry with not a lot of time? I got just the spot for you. We're here in South Huntington Beach at Northside Cafe, a great new restaurant that just opened and provides a great amount of healthy grab-and-go options. In addition, they serve great breakfast options, coffee, and ice-cold drinks. Before I go in and meet Heather, the owner, I'd like to take a second and ask that you please hit the subscribe button and the like button on this video so you can be notified when we produce more engaging content just like this. So without further ado, let's take a look. Orange County has a lot to offer. Amazing small businesses, a rich history, tons of community events, and amazing people and organizations. We want to shine a light on them. This is Everything Orange County. All right, so we're here with Heather. So Heather, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody where we're at.
Hi, I'm Heather Flanagan and I'm with Northside Cafe by Caliente. We are here in Huntington Beach at Bouchard and Banning.
So after looking around this amazing restaurant, I see there's quite a bit of to choose from in terms of food and beverages and tasty treats. Why don't you tell everybody kind of what you're serving over here?
We really want to be able to provide to the community healthy, clean, locally grown meals. So salads, wraps, breakfast burritos, pastries, and it's all gonna come from local farms, made fresh every day. We of course do have churro donuts, which
you gotta have something, something to cheat with, right?
But yeah, everything's always gonna be really tasty. You're not gonna know it's healthy, but we're always gonna strive to keep everything really clean and good for your body. And we also are offering Thunder King organic coffee. Chef Sergio also makes an amazing Mexican specialty coffee. He makes it in a big pot every day with tons of spices and cinnamon. And if you haven't had it, you need to come try it.
So Northside Cafe, great name. How'd you come up with it?
I recognize that we are currently south side of the pier.
Details.
But yes, Northside is more an idea, a time in history that I wanted to bring back.
What inspired you to open Northside Cafe?
We needed a big catering kitchen, a proper kitchen. So I found this spot close to my house and I built my dream kitchen. And once we were done building it, we recognized that we had all this beautiful space left. So I thought, let's invite everyone in and make this our place to really gather. And then that's how the cafe kind of came about. It originally started just as a catering kitchen. It's gonna be like my home. I'm in the kitchen cooking. I made breakfast, I made lunch. Come have at it and help yourself, and I'll be in the kitchen.
So from speaking to you and kind of seeing what you've built here, you can totally tell that you're a veteran in the restaurant industry business. So how did you originally get into the restaurant business?
It was mostly out of necessity and how to figure out how to feed me. My dad always liked to eat healthy. I grew up, he was a Buddhist and vegetarian most of my life and always wanted to eat healthy. And back then there weren't many places you could go to eat healthy or vegetarian or especially quickly get it to go. Easy to grab, take to the beach, but also tasted good. It's not, it's not a rice cake by any means. And it's Mexican food, but done without the lard and without, any of the chemicals. So it's still comfort food, but done in a healthy way. And so we literally made it just so that we would have something to eat.
So just from looking around, it's this amazing space, really, really cool, hip vibe. How would you describe the vibe of Northside?
I really just wanted it to be a place that anyone's comfortable to come and make it their own. So I did, the floors to look like sand. I tried to make most everything in here something from the earth, wood or metal or things that you like to touch. I wanted it to feel like anyone, even who doesn't know me, would want to come in and sit down with your computer and spend the day. I don't even care if you're not hungry. It's supposed to feel like you are having a relaxing day at the beach.
I think you've accomplished it. I can say that it's very, very casual and mellow and very welcoming vibe. So I know I'll be back. So. What made you choose this particular location, Huntington Beach, this spot in general, to open your restaurant?
I always knew I wanted a place in Huntington. I just waited for the universe to tell me where and when and why. It used to be a surf school here, and I just, for some reason, would always look over. I was always drawn to it. And so one day we drove by and it was closed, and I said, there it is. And I don't know how I knew or why. I'd been looking for a couple years at that point. We signed our lease about a month before COVID hit, so everything just kind of stopped, but I wasn't gonna give up. I kept going and said, we're gonna get this open. The neighborhood needs it, we need it, and now it's a place mostly for me to be able to hang out with my kids, because all I do is work. And so now we have our space where we can hang out together and let this thing be what it wants to be together.
I'm a neighbor, live a couple blocks up myself, and welcome it with open arms. We definitely needed it. So looking around Northside, I see a lot of cool things that stick out to me, but from an owner's perspective, what would you say is the most unique thing about Northside Cafe, or what kind of separates it from the rest of the other restaurants around?
Yeah, I would say the fact that we are here, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. right now. We'll probably be open a little later down the road. To do breakfast, healthy lunches, have a place to relax, and then we close at 3 for events. So at night, we've been renting it out to local groups, the AYSO or the West Coast Board Riders, and they come in and have their meetings and they gather, and it's such a perfect, beautiful space that you can get just to yourself. You don't have to, go to a restaurant and rent a back room, or go to Lake Park, which is pretty much the only place that we had to have big gatherings before. Now you can come here and just bring your whole crew and lock it up and do what you wish. For people that maybe are looking for a place for a venue, what's the capacity for a place like this? It depends on what you're doing, but for lovely sit-down dinners, we've been at about 80, 85. The board riders have fit up to 130 here because we open the doors and put tables outside, and we've got music and people flowing in and out. So depending on your event, I would say, and even smaller events, 20 people, it just fits beautifully in here. You don't feel like you're in this big hall. So yeah, 20 to 120 probably would be our sweet spot. Thank you for coming by to check us out. Come by for breakfast, lunch anytime, or if you're having an event in the future, feel free to look us up to book your next party. Well, thank you very much for all your time. I know you're a busy woman, especially with this awesome business that you're trying to get off the ground. Everything is amazing. So stoked to be here. So stoked to come back with my friends and family. I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of me, whether you like it or not. And I encourage all of you to come by and taste the yummy food and give them a follow on all their social media platforms. Thanks, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.